Do you ever wake up with a plan? I mean, a really good plan of how the day's going to go, only to watch it all fall apart completely before breakfast? Things like, oh, the car won't start, or the kids just had a meltdown, or that person that you're relying on to come in for care cancels again. It's really a day that had no chance of being successful right off the bat. But you didn't know that. But I'm going to guess that you're a person who doesn't panic when this happens, or shuts down. Maybe you throw around a few curse words, right? Just to get it out there, but you adapt. And adapting is one of the top 10 signs that you're nailing this life that you're living. Things that you haven't given yourself credit for, the way you adapt. Whether it's about caregiving or not, doesn't matter. Because when you're constantly solving problems and adapting and giving, you don't stop and notice what's working. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So if you want the complete list of these top 10 signs that you're nailing it in this life, just put the number 10 in the comments below, and I'll send you that one pager that you can put up on your fridge or wherever you want. Adapting, pivoting, it's what you do. It's what your life is about some days. Even when you want to flip your middle finger at the world. This constant adaptability is what many people overlook. Because it doesn't look glamorous. It's not shiny. Doesn't get applause. And it doesn't even feel like strength. That you're always on edge. Always back on your heels. But it is strength. And it matters more than you realize. Okay, let's break this down. Adapting is something that you do even before you realize that you're doing it. The morning plans have shifted. Again. You got a new medication that has made a change. Again. You thought you had an hour to yourself? Yeah, not today. So you pivot. Not because it's easy. Not because you want to. Not because you love doing this. But because life around you doesn't always give you a choice. And somehow you keep things moving anyway. It's just who you are. You're like a walking contingency plan. I've seen it over and over again. When caregivers, in parents, in friends, the second something changes, your mind goes, all right, what's plan B? You might roll your eyes a little bit, but you don't throw your hands up in the air in disgust. And here's the thing, if plan B doesn't work, you're thinking about a plan C, even a plan D, because you just got to get it done. You've got to keep things moving. Okay, here's what nobody talks about. This kind of adaptation, it comes with a cost. It's exhausting. You see, because you're always scanning the horizon. You're always waiting for the next shoe to drop some days. And that you're always on. And when you're constantly reacting to what life is throwing at you, you never give yourself time to ask yourself, how do I feel right now? What do I need? Because the day just keeps going. But here's what I want to say to you today. The fact that you do keep going, the fact that you adapt, you reroute, you respond, that is sheer resilience. Resilience in real time. It's not the kind of resilience you read about in personal development books. It's the kind you live every single day. You know that moment when you're partway through the day and you've already rewritten your schedule twice? That's friggin' agility. That's a superpower. That's you being the CEO of logistics, because you know how to put all these pieces together. Except your board of directors includes a teenager, a prescription refill, and that broken wheelchair ramp. You don't have a manual, you don't have an assistant, you definitely aren't paid for this. And yet, you keep showing up. You keep flexing and bending and figuring out, but you don't break. All the while, you still remember where those scissors are that everyone keeps asking for, right? I mean, why is that always your job, by the way? Here's what I've learned. People who constantly adapt, they don't think of themselves as being strong. They think, I'm barely keeping it together. I'm just reacting all the time. I'm not doing anything special. But you are. Adapting isn't reacting mindlessly. It's responding with intention. You assess, you adjust, you execute over and over again. And you do it without a spotlight. You do it without anyone noticing, without a break, and most of the time without a thank you. But let this be the one here right now. So thank you for what you're doing. Realize that you are doing a great job for holding it all together and reshaping your day 101 times without falling apart. Okay, maybe you do fall apart a little bit. That's fair. It still counts though. Okay, picture this. What if you didn't see your life as chaotic, but you saw your life as flexible? What if instead of barely holding it together, you see yourself as resourceful and adaptive and strong? Because that's what I see. You didn't ask for this role. You didn't ask for how things have unfolded in your life. You didn't plan on becoming a scheduling ninja or a last-minute problem solver. But here you are, making it work, finding a rhythm. That's the key, a rhythm. Even if it feels messy, you just keep the wheels turning and running. That isn't a fluke. That is skill. Believe me, that's a skill to keep doing this day after day. And really, it's love in motion with every pivot that you do to make things better and supporting people that you love and that you care about. So today, if you've gotten this far in the video, today I want to remind you that every time that you've adapted, every time you absorbed a change, every time you found a way when you felt like there really wasn't any way, that mattered. And it still does every day. You see, you're the master of the pivot, constantly adapting and going with the flow. Master of the pivot. That's who you are. And I can tell you, the world needs more people like you. So drop a comment below if this hits home for you. Share with what happened today, what you pivoted on today. And if you want to get the top 10 signs of this is one of them, that you're nailing this life, as I say, just put the number 10 in the comments and I'll send it to you. You can print it out, stick it on your fridge, but to remind yourself every day that you really are nailing it. Whatever it takes to remind you, because you are doing better than you think. And if you have to make another change today, that's okay. It matters. And I hope the rest of your day is a good one.